we are covering all the important numericals, objective questions, case studies. So watch the series till the end. And today we'll be covering the Basel norms. So this is useful for you for your ABM also, BFM also, and ABFM also combined. Okay. So watch this video completely. Share it with your friends. Okay. Share it on all your social media platforms. And like this Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon. Subscribe to it and like the video also. Okay. So let's start. Let's start with the Basel norms. First one, we'll be covering the objective questions. If a standard asset will be shown as a loss if it had become irregular due to non-payment by the borrower since last 5 years. The loss of security in the account was more than 50%. The secured balance in the account is less than 10% after damage of the security. And all of the above are correct. So what is the correct answer in this? Think about it. Give me the correct answer in the comment section. Okay? Check in the comment section, everyone. Give me the answer in the comment section. The answer is C. The secured balance in the account is less than 10% after the damage of the security. Okay. So this is the main criteria. If the secured balance means basically the security against which the loan is given, if that remains less than 10% after the security has some damage due to anything, it might be due to rains, due to anything, fire, anything. If the security has remained less than 10%, then this is known as this asset will be shown as a loss asset. Okay. Next one. A housing loan is given, but the interest is payable along with the installment, which shall fall due after 2 years. The borrower has not been paying the interest debited for last 5 quarters. The account shall be treated as. So housing loan is given, but the interest is payable along with the installment, which shall fall due after 2 years. So it will fall due after 2 years means this is related to what? This is known as which period? Moratorium. Okay, so this is a moratorium period. So today I have given the loan today, but the EMI will start after 2 years. EMI, it will start after 2 years. Okay, so if EMI will start after 2 years, what will that customer pay within that part? Within that part, the customer will pay. Actually, he has to pay nothing, but as per the banking rules, we generally pay the interest part. That's called as pre-EMI interest. Okay. So now the question is, the borrower has not been paying the interest debited for last 5 quarters. So this interest was not paid by the borrower within this moratorium period. So what shall be the account treated as? Standard account, standard irregular account, substandard account, standard NPA account. Think over it, everyone. Everyone think over it. What shall be the answer over here? It will be treated as what? Standard, standard irregular, substandard, and standard NPA. What is this standard NPA? What is the standard NPA account? There is nothing called a standard NPA account. Okay. Substandard account. This is basically NPA. NPA starts with substandard, isn't it? Standard irregular account. This is also nothing like this. Standard irregular. So the answer is A. Standard account. Okay. So if a housing loan is given, but the interest is payable along with the installment. Okay. Next one. Which of the following statement is not correct in context of the crop loans? Means in the context of crop, basically we are talking of crop loans and we want not correct. Okay. For short duration crops, the irregularity period is 2 crop seasons. For long duration crops, the irregularity period is 1 crop season. Crop classification as short duration or long duration is determined by SLBC. The rule is applicable for all agricultural accounts. So we want not correct. Which one is not correct? Okay. So which of them won't be correct in this? Understand this. See this. Short duration crop and long duration crop. What is it? What is the short duration crop? Short duration crop means that crop which is completed within one season only. Long duration crop means that crop which requires 2 crop seasons. Okay. So that is, now which are those crops? We are not concerned with it actually. Banker gets the list of those crops. Okay. You get it from the head office and head office gets it from RBI. Okay. So 2 crop seasons, short duration and long duration. Generally this turmeric is considered as long duration crop. So now the question is, we don't want long duration and short duration crops. We want which one is not correct. So the short duration crop irregularity period is 2 crop season. Means what? If a customer has taken a crop loan and not repaid it, okay, not repaid it, okay, in 2 crop seasons, then it is considered as irregular. Means basically NPA. Similarly, the second one, the customer has taken the loan for long duration crops and not repaid for 1 crop season, then it will be called as this NPA. So these two are correct. This is correct. This is correct. Crop classification as short duration or long duration is determined by SLBC. So that is also correct. Okay. The rule is applicable to all agricultural account. That is wrong. Now what do you mean by this? The rule is applicable to all. It means suppose if I take a tractor loan, then also it is applicable. Suppose if I take a housing loan under agriculture as a farmer, then also it's applicable. So it's not. Okay. So that is the point. The important point over here is this is applicable only to those crops. Means all the above 3 are correct, but it is not applicable to other agricultural accounts. Okay. So now the question in your mind might be, what is SLBC? SLBC. Okay. State level bankers committee. State level bankers committee. So this bankers committee gives a list of this crop duration, short or long. Okay. And then it forwards it through RBI to all of the banks. Okay. So state level bankers committee. This is the meaning of SLBC. Okay. Next one. Which of the following provision requirement is stated incorrectly in context of doubtful accounts? So incorrectly in doubtful. Doubtful means these are these NPAs? So NPA level number 2, right? Substandard, doubtful 1, doubtful 2, and then loss. So which of the following requirements are stated are incorrect? For unsecured portion of the balance, provision is 100%. For unsecured portion of the balance, provision is 100%. For secured portion of the balance in doubtful up to 1 year, provision is 25%. For secured portion of the balance in doubtful above 1 year up to 3 years, the provision is 40%. For secured portion of the balance in doubtful above 3 years, the provision is 50%. So which one is correct? Think over it. This was there, the question was there in your JAIIB also earlier. So now think over it. Which one is correct? This question was there in your JAIIB also. Think. I'll give you 1 minute to think. Let me see in the comment section what are the answers I am getting. I want the incorrect one. Incorrect. Okay. What are the provisions? Substandard. Okay. So it is 15, 25, right? 15 for secured, 25 for unsecured. Doubtful, D1. what is it? 2500, right? Doubtful to 4000. Sorry, 4000, right? And last one, loss. So that is complete 100. Okay, both 100 means secured and unsecured both. So now which one is correct and which one is not correct? I have given you the hint also now. Now what is the answer in this, everyone? The answer is D, for secured portion of the balance in doubtful above 3 years. Okay, the account provision is 50%. This is wrong. See here, doubtful one above 3 years becomes loss asset. See, this is for 1 year. This is for 2 years. So total is 3 years. Doubtful 3 years. So above 3 years the provision is 100. So this one is incorrect. Okay. Next one. For the purpose of valuation of securities for provisioning purposes, the collateral securities are to be got valued at least dash by the valuer appointed by the board approved guidelines. So for purpose of valuation of securities for provisioning purpose, provisioning, what do you mean by provisioning? Provisioning means whenever we do the secured or unsecured provisioning for provisioning for the this NPA loans. Okay. So securities for provisioning purposes, collateral securities are to be got valued at least dash by the value. Means how many times do we get it valued? Means suppose if I have taken a security today and the loan is for 10 years. So this valuation of that security should be done by me as a bank at least in how many years for that loan account or for that security? At least in how many years? What do you think? It should be done every, okay, let me get the answer from you. Okay. So it should be done in, what is the answer? Done in at least once in 3 years. Okay, it should be at least done once in 3 years for the provisioning purpose of securities for for the purpose of valuation of securities, means valuation of those securities which I am using for the provisioning either secured or unsecured. So these securities I must get it valued by the valuer appointed by the board at least once in 3 years. Got it, everyone? Once in 3 years. In case of substandard assets, the provisioning requirement is stated correctly in which of the following? Now we are talking of substandard. Substandard, what was the rule? Now you write in the comment section. For secured substandard assets, it is 15%. For unsecured substandard asset, it is 20%. For infrastructure unsecured substandard asset, it is 25%. And all of the above. Now what do we want? Correctly stated. Which is correctly stated? Correctly. Now give me the answer. Which of them is correctly stated? So the answer is, just now I had given you the classification, right? Some time back only in the same lecture. The answer is, it is for substandard assets, it is 15%. Okay. So what is the provisioning? Look at this, substandard. Again I'll write it, 15, 25, right? 15 for secured, 25 for unsecured. Okay. For doubtful one, doubtful one it is, see this, it's written over here unsecured substandard, which is this unsecured substandard. So it is 25. That is wrong. So this is wrong. Infrastructure unsecured substandard assets, it is 25%. Unsecured. Okay. Substandard. Infrastructure unsecured. So that is reduced now by RBI. Okay. So that is not 25%. Got it? So the only correct answer over here is A. Okay. Because for infrastructure related, okay, what is the provision for infrastructure related unsecured substandard assets. You type. If this is wrong, then what is the right answer? What is the right answer for infra related substandard? Give me the answer. It is 20%. Remember, it is 20%. Got it? It is 20%. So that is the right answer. Got it, everyone? Clear? Next one. Which of the following statement regarding the provision on the standard assets is not correct? So regarding the provision on the standard assets is not correct. You want it now, not correct. Okay. And the question is on provision on standard assets. Provision standard assets. Okay. So not correct. The provision shall not be reckoned for the purpose of arriving at the net NPAs. The provision shall not be netted off from gross advances. Provision shall be shown as contingent provision against the standard assets in Schedule 5 other liabilities in the balance sheet, and none of the above. So which one is correct over here? We want here not correct. Understand the question, which is not correct. And provision on standard assets. What are the provisions on standard assets? Provision on standard assets are, the standard assets have various types of provisions. For agri, right? What are the standard asset provisions? Anyone can give me? For agriculture, what is the provision for standard asset? Standard asset, it is 0.25%. Okay, for MSME standard asset, the provision is, everyone in the comment section, 0.25%, right? For housing, individual housing, remember it is individual housing, the provision is, everyone think over it, think over it. I want the answer in the comment section. These questions do come in the exam. Again 0.25%. Okay. For commercial real estate, CRE we call it. CRE, commercial real estate. What is the provisioning? Commercial real estate. The provisioning is 1%. Sorry, 0.75%. This one, yeah, it is 1%. And CRE RH, commercial real estate under residential housing, with residential housing, that is 0.75%. And for all other loans, all other loans, the provision is 0.4%, 40. Okay. So these are the provisions given. Remember these by heart. Again I'll repeat. Agri 0.25, MSME 0.25, housing 0.25, commercial real estate 1%, commercial real estate with residential housing 0.75%, all others it is 0.4%. So what do we want now? Which one is not correct? Okay. So provision shall not be reckoned for the purpose of arriving at NPAs. How can we arrive at NPAs using the standard assets? Obviously it can't be, right? So we want not correct. This is correct. So I'll write here true. This is true. Shall not be reckoned. I can't take the provision of standard assets as a provision for NPAs, right? Provision shall not be netted from the gross advances. That is also true. The provision is not netted from the gross advances. Okay, gross advance means total advances which I have given. Now, then where will it be netted? If it's not given through gross, then what? Then through what? See here, what is gross advance? Gross advance includes everything. Okay, so regular, standard, NPA, everything. So the gross advances we don't take it. Where will we take it then? We'll be taking it in net advances. Okay, net. Got it? Provision shall be shown as a contingent provision. So that is true, because this is a contingent provision. This is not an NPA as of now, because I am just making a provision for the safety purpose, right? So contingent provision against the standard assets in Schedule 5 other liabilities in the balance sheet. So this is also true in schedule 5. So this is also true. So the answer is none of the above. Which of them is not correct? So not correct is none of the above. All of them are correct. Got it? All of them are correct. Got it? Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following is statement is not correct regarding the floating provisions? Regarding the floating, remember this, floating provisions. The provisions can be netted off from gross NPS to arrive at the disclosure of net NPS. Okay? Think over it. Which of them is not correct regarding the floating provisions? I'll give you the answer later. First, you try yourself. Okay? So, these provisions can be netted off from gross NPS to arrive at the disclosure of net NPS. So, netted off from the gross NPS, from gross, okay, to arrive at disclosures of net NPS. These provisions can be treated as part 2 of Tier 2 capital fund with overall ceiling of 1.25% of the risk weighted assets. Okay. So 1.25% of the risk weighted assets. So these can be netted off as with the overall ceiling. Is this true? We want not correct. Remember the question, not correct. These provisions can be reversed to credit to P&L account at the discretion of the bank. So floating provisions, can they be reversed to credit to the P&L account at the discretion of the bank? So which of them is correct? And last one is none of them. What do you think? Think over the answer. Yeah. I'll wait for 1 minute. Yeah. Firstly, what is a floating provision? Many of you might be asking this, thinking this. What is a floating provision? Answer this. In the comment section, you answer me. What is a floating provision? Who can give me the meaning of floating provision? Floating provision is the amount of the banks that keep aside above the mandatory provisioning, compulsory provisioning. Okay, provisioning requirement against the bad loans established by the central bank. So whatever is a compulsory provisioning, above that, whatever I keep it separately, additional, that is known as the floating provision. So which one is not correct in this case now? Not correct is C. This cannot be credited, reversed back to the P&L account at the discretion of the bank. It cannot be done. Okay. Next. If the amount of the liquid facility remains outstanding for a period of more than dash in the securitization transaction, the account becomes substandard. 1 year, 6 months, 90 days and 30 days. So what is the answer over here? Remains outstanding for more than dash. How many? 1 year, 6 months. So here one thing you always remember. RBI has kept it very clear. Everything is for 90 days. Everything. Let it be loan, EMI, interest, securitization, guarantee payment, anything. 90 days NPA. Okay. So that is the basic rule you should remember everywhere. Only in case of few separate loans, means some special loans, RBI considers it separately. For example, that crop loan. So crop loan is just an example. Okay. 2 crop season, 1 crop season. Okay. But remaining everything almost 90 days. Okay. So that was it about today's YT session. Now before closing, I will suggest everyone to join the Adda 24/7 Zeal batch coming up. See this Zeal batch over here. This batch is coming up on 1st of May. Okay, I'll show you how to join it. See here, it is coming up on 1st of May and we are covering all the numericals, objective questions, case studies, everything is covered. Okay, so go to Adda 24/7 over here. Click on JAIIB and CAIIB. Then you'll see the CAIIB June. Click on CAIIB June 24. Click on the Zeal batch. Look at this. Zeal batch. Starting from 1st of May. All the numericals, objective questions, case studies, everything is covered. You get ebooks, test series, online live classes, recorded session, doubt solving, counseling, experienced faculties, all this. Now ebooks, if you see, they are chapter wise, topic wise, they are ebooks are there. Test topic wise tests are there. Click on this ebooks. Look at this. You'll see subject. Click on the subject. You'll see topic. Okay, see this chapter wise. So in such details you are getting everything, and at what cost? Look at the cost part. Okay, I'll just show you, give you the code. Put the code Y432. Y432. Click on apply. Okay, you look at it, 79% off plus 1% extra if you buy through the app. So you are getting such an extra thing. So plus 1%. So net you are getting 80% off. Also, I would suggest you must buy Mahapack. You must purchase the Mahapack. In Mahapack, you get multiple batches. Let me show you. See this, multiple batches, CAIIB Mahapack 2.0. You get 15 plus batches per subject. Again, ebooks, test series, everything, these are there. The validity is double validity offer going on. Means you buy for 6 months, you get it for 12 months. Such an offer is not there every now and then. Plus 80% off, that's there. 80% here also you will get it. See this, Y432, put the code Y432, apply 79% over here, plus 1% using the app. So don't lose this opportunity. Join immediately. Okay. The Zeal batch is starting on 1st of May. Join that batch because it will be ending immediately at the time of your exam. So the knowledge will be fresh for you. Join it ASAP. Okay.